Yeah, certainly. Just over 1 year ago, that Pacific Northwest heat wave that none of us will ever forget, well, it was a one-of-a-kind event. One of a kind for how far north it happened and how big of a difference the temperatures were from the average weather. There was no other place on Earth, really, that knew what this felt like to be so outside of what is normal weather for the region. Only 13 months later, and that is no longer true. The European heat wave, well, that is happening further north on the globe than we are, yet they're seeing similar heat as we did last year in a cooler climate than what we have in the inland Northwest. These all-time temperature records, now they're not as hot as the heat wave we experienced. They're pretty close, though, but you can argue that this is more extreme and more concerning. We're known for summer wildfires. London, England, as you saw in the earlier images and right here, is not. It is yet another example of how a warming climate opens us up to more instances of truly extreme heat. 2 events in less than 2 years in very unusual places. Actually, you can make it 3. This past March, weather stations, and we got to go a little ways, in East Antarctica recorded temperatures that were, get this, 69 degrees above average. 69 degrees above average. It's crazy. Here on 4 News Now, we recently reported on a study that said our heat wave last year would have been nearly impossible without global warming. There was also this. When discussing the trigger for last year's heat, the scientists behind this study said it was either just bad luck or some sort of tipping point, one that we don't quite understand, that makes these events much more likely now than they were before. Considering the evidence over the past 13 months, it is not hard to think that we may live in a world where this kind of thing happens here again sooner than we ever could have thought. Nia.
Thank you, Matt.